Welcome to the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire Percussion Department. I'm the Head of Percussion, Toby Kearney. Here at RBC, we have a small percussion department where teamwork and respect between students and staff are at the heart of everything we do. Versatility and employability are the main goals of our courses. With orchestral percussion tuition at the core, we give our students tuition and opportunities in all styles of playing. We have an incredibly busy department and a roster of highly acclaimed specialist tutors offering an immensely broad education in percussion. We give students and graduates the skills and opportunities that they need to build a successful career. We take pride in our approach to student well-being and believe that our cutting-edge curriculum allows us the flexibility to nurture all students' strengths and weaknesses individually. Me and all of the percussion tutors here invest ourselves and our expertise in helping our students get the most out of their time at RBC. We don't have a one-size-fits-all policy in this department. I'm going to be joined today by our Head of Drum Kit, Rhythm and World Percussion, Sophie Hastings. We're going to take you through all aspects of our department and course. Everything from performance opportunities to masterclasses, from auditions to our incredible building with its venues and facilities. But first, we're going to watch a short clip from our recent performance of Steve Reich's Electric Counterpoint. So I'd like to take you through all the tutors that we have here in our department. We have several incredible orchestral percussion teachers. The whole team from the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, so that's A.D. Spillett, Andy Herbert and Matt Hardy on the timps, alongside Chris Bradley from Opera North and Kevin Early from the Birmingham Royal Ballet. In orchestral percussion, our teachers teach only their specialism. So myself, A.D. and Chris, we teach tuned, snare drum, other principal percussion parts that you might find in the orchestra. Chris Bradley, coming from Opera North, he teaches our Masters Opera module. Kevin Early from Birmingham Royal Ballet, he teaches our Ballet module in the Masters course. We know that for lots of our students, when they graduate, their first concert with a professional orchestra will be playing triangle or bass drum. So we have expert tuition from Andy Herbert, who's one of the best cymbal players in the country. He teaches cymbals, bass drum, tambourine, triangle, so that we know that our graduates can make the most of their first opportunities when they go to play with professional orchestras. Teaching timpani, we have the dream team of Matt Hardy and Graham King. Matt, my colleague from the CBSO, was with the Scottish Chamber Orchestra, where he played lots of the classical timpani repertoire. So he teaches our undergrad and postgraduate students all the way through their time here at RBC. Then we have Graham King from the Birmingham Royal Ballet, who teaches our more advanced students, teaches the postgrads, and does group classes with all of our students here. Teaching solo percussion here, we have the incredible Owen Gunnell, who I'm sure many of you will know. Alongside myself and Owen, we have Jason Huxtable and Tim Palmer from Maracatu and the World Percussion Group. Alumni of RBC, they're incredibly experienced musicians with connections all over the world. We're very lucky here that we have an international solo percussion consultant tutor, Alexei Gerasimus. Alexei is an incredible percussionist. He was the winner of Tromp in 2010, and our students have been over to Germany, to Munich and Berlin, to work with him on several projects, as well as receiving lessons from him here in person and online.
So here at Birmingham Conservatoire we've got some amazing tutors. On drum kit we have Malcolm Garrett and Dave Elliott. Malcolm Garrett is an absolute legend from Birmingham. He's a former student and really good friend of Jim Chapin, and has just a wonderful rapport with the students, and there's not one thing he doesn't know about how to achieve your goals with your hands and technique and enhancing your time and feel. We also have, in the drum kit side of things, Dave Elliott, who is a phenomenal musician. Just a great all-rounder, really, really superb. He plays everything, and we're lucky to have him here teaching on drum kit. We also have Charles Ashby, who is a phenomenal Latin and Cuban player. He's really well versed in Brazilian music as well. Phenomenal all-rounder again, great kit player. So Charlie really takes the students and puts them through their paces, particularly with rhythmic illusions, metric modulations, polyrhythms. Other tutors we have, Dalby is an amazing Indian classical musician who again puts the students through their paces with all the polyrhythmic work, and the students here have phenomenally intense classes with him. They're really worked hard, and is great for their foundations. Christian Weaver and JP Courtney are awesome percussionists who have spent most of their careers and time studying and playing in Cuba and Brazil, and they come to us and impart a really different way of teaching. So using traditional techniques and teaching methods from Cuba and Brazil, and the students really have a great time responding to different ways of learning. We also have the most incredible folk musician on the planet, Cormac Byrne, who really is just the Steve Gadd of the folk world. So we're absolutely delighted to be able to have him here teaching.
Here's our lockdown arrangement of George Hamilton Green's Fluffy Ruffles. The students in our department are incredibly busy with all sorts of different performance opportunities. We've had international trips all across the world, plenty in Europe like Geneva, Munich, Berlin, Spain, Ireland. The students have gone further afield in recent times as well, including Brazil and Taiwan. And we're always looking to the future, thinking of exciting projects abroad that we can send our students on. Outreach and teaching and work in the community is incredibly important to us. We give our students the opportunity to develop their workshop skills and to lead projects reaching out into the community. Recently, students from our department have worked with some of the UK's most talented youngsters from Wells Cathedral School, Cheetham School of Music and the Purcell School. Our students have appeared at the Love Music Trust Percussion Day, the Mark Balderson Foundation Percussion Day. Our students have been involved in projects in some of Birmingham's most deprived areas, as well as giving family concerts in venues around the city. In normal times, there are orchestral projects going on in the conservatoire, week in, week out, sometimes several projects in a week. Our students have the opportunity to play with the symphony orchestra, the repertoire orchestra, projects orchestra, contemporary music group Talline, the opera, the baroque ensemble, the wind orchestra, the brass band. The list goes on and on and on. Outside of the conservatoire, our students have access to orchestral schemes with the percussion sections of the CBSO, the Welsh National Opera, Birmingham Royal Ballet and Opera North. It's also incredibly important to us that our tutors are able to offer opportunities out in the real world for our students. For example, Graham and Kevin in the Birmingham Royal Ballet have employed several of our students and graduates over the last few years. At the CBSO, we've had plenty of current students and graduates come and play in our section. Owen, well known for his creative outreach projects, has involved our students in several projects all over the UK. Dave Elliott has invited several of our more advanced rhythm and drum kit players down to London to sit in on the West End shows that he plays in. We have percussion ensemble concerts throughout the year. There's always something for our students to be working towards. From low pressure environment gigs like at the Woodman pub, one of our great local pubs here, to more high pressure environment of the concert hall here at the Conservatoire, or the concerts in our flagship series in Birmingham venue Centrala. In all of our percussion concerts, we have an emphasis on performance skills, creating the gigs, creating the programmes, and we make sure to involve our students in repertoire choices and presenting the concerts to the public. We put a huge emphasis on collaborating with other departments here. We have the incredible recording studios on level 4 that all of our students have the opportunity to work in with music technology students. We have a close relationship with the composition department here at RBC. Last year we gave a concert that included 8 new commissions, and that's now going to become part of our regular calendar for the percussion department. All of our students pick up paid gigs through the Conservatoire service, Book a Musician, including gigs like this one for the BBC Young Dancer of the Year, and then down at the Purcell Rooms in the South Bank. This year, although we weren't able to play with orchestras or the brass band, we did loads of percussion ensemble. We created a whole gig of filmed new music back in December. Here's our current 4th year students playing Casey Cangalosi's Jazz on Saturn.
So here at Birmingham we have some great ensembles for the students to play in. The Afro-Cuban Jazz Orchestra and also the newly formed big band, which will make its debut very soon. Both of those ensembles are absolutely critical for the students because it makes the students put into practice all the things that they're learning from their sessions, classes, lessons. So it makes everything that they're doing totally relevant.
So I'm joined here in the foyer of the Conservatoire by Aidan. Aidan's just finished his 4-year undergrad course with us here. So how's it been?
Incredible, if I was to put it in one word. A great 4 years and a really, really good time.
So you've just finished your final recital and coming to the end of your last term here. So how does that feel?
Yeah, pretty crazy feeling, being all done. Performing in the Bradshaw to earn my degree, it was a really nice feeling performing in such a lovely space. It's a big performance to end it, and I think that's, as musicians, it's a great way to finish a degree.
So your year was the first year to spend your entire degree in this amazing new building we've got here. So how's that been?
Yeah, it just feels like yesterday turning up as a very unaware first year of what I was getting into, and having this building for the whole 4 years of my degree, really privileged.
So you mentioned the Bradshaw Hall a couple of times. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like to perform in there.
Yeah, of course. As mentioned before, recently just done my final recital in there. Really focused on the lighting of our performances and really trying to take our music to that next level in terms of it's no longer an exam, it's just a performance, and I think that was really key to this year. But of course that's not the only thing I've been able to perform in there. Many orchestral projects which have been great fun as well, being able to play with so many people, so many great musicians, and even working with some great conductors as well in my time here.
And we've got lots of other great venues here as well, like the Jazz Club, the Recital Hall where we do lots of chamber music, and the Lab, which is a venue that we've used in the percussion department a lot over the last couple of years. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, the Lab is a really cool space. You can really mould it to whatever you want it to be, and all the technology in there really means that you can push your music just that little bit further.
And then across Birmingham, of course, we've got some amazing venues. The standout venue is Symphony Hall, of course, and the Conservatoire Orchestra plays there a couple of times a year. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to play at Symphony Hall a couple of times in orchestral projects with the Conservatoire. Some real standout moments of my degree, being able to get up on that stage and know that I'm about to perform in a world-class venue. The feeling that you get walking onto that stage, knowing that you're going to be playing in such an incredible acoustic, is an amazing feeling.
And then there's lots of other arts venues, but the one venue we keep going back to is Centrala in Digbeth, which is effectively an empty warehouse, which is sometimes an art gallery, sometimes a performance venue. So tell us a bit about the projects that you've been involved in there.
Yeah, Centrala's an incredible space. Some of the music that we've been able to play there, something that I never would have expected to do before starting my degree, and now that I have, I can't imagine not doing it.
And then obviously over the last year and a half we haven't been able to go out of the building and use all of these incredible venues across Birmingham, but we have come up with some other projects here in the building, including filming lots of different work. So what's that been like to film performances?
Yeah, of course COVID has affected us all, but I'm really proud to be able to say that I'm a part of a department that has really strived and done different things. Loads of filming projects that have been great fun and new skills in terms of camera placement, editing, how to present things and really make them look professional.
And then you've used some of those skills in your final project, which you submitted this year. So firstly, what is a final project?
Yeah, so something very unique to Birmingham. In your final year of your undergrad, you get to create a project, your final project. You get a lot of freedom with it, and being able to create something like this is a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, so we've had students who have made CDs and albums, outreach projects, collaborative performances, of course when it was allowed, performances in venues around Birmingham and around the country even. We've had people creating orchestral performances, music for film, etc., etc. It's really anything that you want to create yourself. And your project was creating a film, really. So tell us a bit about the film.
Yeah, well, my original plan was to have a live performance, of course. Some COVID restrictions in there made that slightly more difficult. So I ended up recording some pieces, some ensemble pieces that I was really pleased with the outcome of them, and having these facilities here, being able to make a real professional product at the end of it was a great thing to do.
And I think we're actually going to watch a bit of one of the performances from your final project now, aren't we? So what is the piece?
So this is Spine by Michael Lorero. It was recorded in the lab, in the Conservatoire, and special thanks to Alex, Nick and Simon for performing with me.
In this department, every week is a busy week. We have regular performance classes in the department, rehearsals for percussion ensemble gigs, outreach projects and recitals, and of course, masterclasses. Just some of the classes we've had over the last couple of years have included Dame Evelyn Glennie, the incredible Dalbir Singh Ratan, European virtuoso solo percussionists Adelaide Ferrier and Vasilina Serafimova. We've also had classes in recent years from Lee Yu, Callum Huggan, Sean Tribbiano from Opera Australia, and incredible timpanist Pat King from the Welsh National Opera. We also have a programme of classes given by our tutors across the year, including things like practice pad workouts, the Latin hour, approaches to audition, West End shows, junk percussion, pedagogy, sight reading, molar technique, and the film music of John Williams.
One of the most amazing things about my position here is I get to invite loads of brilliant guest tutors on the course. So we've had some fantastic people come in the past. We've had Adam Betts, we've had Pete Lockett, we've had the Richard Spaven doing the most wonderful project with the students, and that was a project online recently actually. During lockdown. We've also had some projects in the past with the Afro-Cuban Jazz Orchestra and some crazy Colombians who wrote some amazing music for the band and provided our regular night at the jazz club with some high octane energy from Colombia. One of our last projects before lockdown was a really exciting collaboration with Mestre Mauro from Viradouro in Brazil. And he was over here working with JP, and JP Courtney kindly brought him and his Brazilian entourage, and the students got to study samba and the most recent bosses straight from the 2019 Carnival.
Our percussion suite on the 5th floor of our incredible new building here in Birmingham is fully equipped with a huge array of instruments and technology. We regularly invest in new instruments, and we also invest in technology. Our students invest in the knowledge of technology and how to use technology to develop their creativity. You might have seen on our Instagram over this year, when we haven't been able to work together as much as we would have liked, that our students have been encouraged to create pieces and create multi-tracks. Here's our current first year student Eva playing her arrangement of McCarthy's Waltz. We're not able to do a live question and answer session today, but I'm joined here by two of our undergrad students from the department, and together we're going to go through some of the questions that we often hear from applicants like yourselves at Open Days. So I'm joined firstly by Eva, who you've just seen performing in McCarthy's Waltz, and Tom, who you've seen in plenty of the other videos today. So I know I've got some questions that we always get asked at Open Days, but I'm sure that you guys can remember what it was like when you were applying as well. Eva in particular, it's not that long ago for you, just coming to the end of your first year here. So what are the sort of questions that you really wanted to know the answers to?
I think I wanted to know what we were expected to have before we got to college and what we would need to kind of start collecting over the years.
Yeah, it's a great question. Of course, you know, we understand that it's different for everybody, how much gear they're able to collect before they actually come to college. Obviously, the bigger range of mallets and sticks you've got, the better. for when you start here, but there's plenty of opportunity over your time here as well, as you guys know, to kind of build up your collection. I know, Tom, you've been supported now by a couple of grants here, haven't you, to buy some things. Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, so when I came, I don't think I had much actually. I think I had some sticks, and yeah, year by year I've kind of added more and more as I've needed to do that. But you're right, so in first year I got a snare drum through a grant helped by college, and then in second year I got some cymbals through another grant, and then this year actually, with the support of college and a grant, I've got a set of timps. So
wow, yeah, great.
Each year I've kind of acquired a bit more gear with a lot of help from college.
Yeah, and of course you don't need to buy timps while you're here or before you come, but that's great to build up your collection. And me and all of the tutors here, of course, talk to you guys about what gear you need and what your priorities should be during your time here.
Totally.
I know one of the questions that I get asked a lot at Open Day is how many performances do students do each year? I mean, is there an easy answer to that?
No, I don't think so, no. There's not like a set amount, is there? There's so much going on. And a lot of it is actually you can put yourself forward, you can collaborate with loads of people, play in their recitals, put stuff together, but there's a lot of set stuff as well going on. Symphony orchestras every term. There are multiple orchestras, wind orchestra, rep orchestra, loads of different stuff, so quite a lot each term, but there's no set answer for sure.
And me and Sophie were talking earlier about all of the different teachers that we've got here. Obviously it's quite overwhelming to think that you might go from having one percussion teacher before you're at college to having maybe 5, 6, 7 different teachers teaching you across all the different disciplines when you're here at Birmingham. So Eva, what's that like? You've just had your first year of studying with all these different teachers. What's it like to juggle having so many different teachers?
It was certainly an adjustment to go from having a lesson every week with the same teacher to having a lesson every week but with a different teacher on different disciplines, and so you only see that teacher maybe once every 2 months. And yeah, it takes a lot of responsibility to make sure that you are getting the most out of that, and you have to prepare and organise for it, but you pick it up quite quickly.
Yeah, when I was applying, I think I wondered how much practice time I'd get in the percussion rooms.
Well, it's a great question, and I know that you guys sort out the room bookings together, so how does that actually work?
Well, once a week we all get together so that it's all fair, and we get about 15 to 16 hours a week.
And would you say that's enough?
Yeah, there's lots of other things to be doing as well.
Yeah, that's classes on top of that,
Yeah.
orchestras, loads going on. And we often get way more than that anyway.
Yeah. I remember wanting to know what you and the panel were looking for at the audition.
Well, I know for me the most important thing is that we see applicants' musicality and that we go away from their audition knowing that they're willing to learn and that they're going to be a team player in our department. But you guys actually auditioned, so what was that experience like?
I think I was like, as soon as I realised, as soon as I walked in the room, it actually wasn't as scary as it seemed, and that you guys, you were looking, you wanted people to do well in their audition, and you weren't looking to catch people out. So I think I remember as soon as I walked in realising it's actually a much more comfortable environment than I kind of made it in my head.
That's really good to hear, because it's really important to us that we put applicants at ease, and we don't want it to be a scary experience at all, so that we can really see what you're about as a person and as a musician, which brings me on just to talk briefly about the auditions that are going to happen towards the end of this year. And some of you I know will be looking to apply here, and we're really looking forward to meeting you at audition. You can find on our website the most up-to-date requirements for the auditions here. But basically, we want to see you play 3 or 4 different instruments: tuned, snare drum, drum kit if you play drum kit, timps if you've got access to timps. Make sure you keep checking the website for the latest on auditions, but whatever happens, we can't wait to meet you in person or online. Thanks so much for joining me, Sophie, Aidan, Eva, Tom, and all of the students here in their performances during this session. Please don't hesitate to get in touch direct with me if you've got any more questions about the course or the audition process. We're really looking forward to meeting you in the future.